Sarah, I think you have an arrhythmia. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a bit different. I wanted to just give you guys a couple of tips on what to expect or what you should do in your first year of medical school. Right, so basically everything that I'm gonna mention these are things that I've personally gone through and experienced and learned throughout med school. So I hope these tips like help you guys out. Right, so tip number 1 is you should know that medicine is literally, it's self-studying. You are gonna have to sit there and put in the hours, long hours of studying yourself. Attending lectures is half the work, but when it comes down to it, you're gonna have to sit down with yourself and teach yourself everything from scratch. So yeah, just know that it's pretty much self-study. You should start early. Do not procrastinate. Do not wait until exams get. Do not wait until you have like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No. The same week, like whatever you take in that week of lectures, you should be able to stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. That is the one thing that I will tell you guys. Stay on top of it. Because it's gonna pile up. Because you guys can imagine, like, medicine is a lot. It's a lot. So don't let it pile up. Stay on top of it. Do not slack off. Trust me, you'll be thanking yourself so much later on when people are staying up cramming and they're not getting their sleep. Like, it's the worst thing you could do is to not get sleep the night before an exam. Trust me, your brain will not function. I've been there, done that, and you guys just should not do that. Second tip I would say is do not rush to buy any books, because I was pretty like anxious about that as well. I was like going in, should I like have all my books ready? Like, no. In the beginning, you're gonna rely a lot on your lectures. I think your teachers, your doctors will like recommend a lot of different textbooks for you to go and check. So you're gonna need to like skim through them and see what kind of book suits you. You need to find the one that's most suitable for you and how you study, and what you like to see. Because there's textbooks with lots of images, there's textbooks with lots of writing. So depending on what you like, and you're gonna learn that as you study. You're not gonna know that straight away, you know? So do not rush to buy textbooks in the first year. Like, just go with it, and over time you'll know what kind of books you wanna be using to study and all of that. Tip number 3 is, I would say, make very good use of study groups. Studying with your friends, depending on how you pick up information, you might need to go and study something by yourself for the first time, which is, I feel like, the best approach for you to go and understand it yourself, and then come with your friends or your study group and discuss what you guys, or what you understood from each lecture or each lesson. When you guys discuss it, obviously discussing things, it helps information to stick to your heads. So study groups are very, very useful. If you guys can do that, you should make use of study groups and just have support, like a supportive system around you. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very, obviously, and I'm sure you guys have an idea of this, it's a very, very stressful course. You're just gonna need a support group around you. So make sure that you have those friends to lean on, because you guys will be stressed out. You guys are gonna go through these nights of just breaking down. Be prepared for it, but you will get through it. Like, it's not the end all. So you will need people to lean on throughout this. It's a very difficult journey. Yeah, study groups, and just like have a support group in general. Tip number 4, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, don't stress yourself out too much. Like, don't be really hard on yourself. You are not going to know everything. Like, it's normal. We're all gonna feel very dumb at some points, but it's okay. Like, as long as you learn, you're not gonna know everything. Like, you just have to accept that. And even stuff that you do learn, or you might know at one point, you'll forget. So just adapt and get used to like relearning things. yeah, you're gonna forget things and you're gonna have to go back and relearn it and go back and revise. Medicine is continuous revision, so, which I'm sure you guys know, but yeah, so just don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay. We're all on the same boat when it comes to that. You're not gonna know everything, like just accept it. And it's a continuous learning process. So tip number 5, it's not really a tip. Med school syndrome is real. Like, you guys will become hypochondriacs. Like, whatever you guys start studying in pathology, what you guys start learning, like, I swear to God, every single disease that you come across, you'll find a way to diagnose yourself, like, with it. You're fine, you're okay, there's nothing wrong with you. But yeah, you become a hypochondriac. Don't diagnose yourself with stuff. If you guys feel like there's anything wrong with you, please actually go to a doctor, and you're not there yet, so go to a doctor and you just don't self-diagnose, trust me. Don't be doing that. Tip number 6 is make sure that you are studying to understand what's going on more than to memorize. I feel like back in like high school or secondary school, we were studying more to memorize stuff. When it comes to medical school, no, you need to understand what's happening. If you don't understand what's happening, you're not gonna really remember or be able to explain stuff and make it make sense in your head. There's a lot of help out there. Like, there's a lot of YouTube videos that I would go and watch. Armando Hasurigan, very, very good. I don't know if I said his second name right, but he's really good at explaining stuff. There's a lot of medical videos that you can go that are very helpful in explaining things. Khan Academy, there's so many. But yeah, just make sure that you're studying to understand and not just memorizing stuff. Tip number 7, balance your time. I remember everyone in my ear being like, oh, you're doing medicine, you're not gonna have time to do anything. Like, people are gonna be out having fun and you're just gonna be stuck at home every day studying. No. Like, yeah, for the most part, you're gonna be at home studying, but you will have time to do other stuff. If you stay on top of studying, if you stay on top of school and everything, you will have plenty of time to go out with your friends, go out and just enjoy life as well. People want you to believe that once you get into medicine, that's it, your life is over and you're not doing anything else but studying. But yeah, you can balance it out and you will definitely have time to go out and just enjoy life and just do what you want to do. So tip number 8 is do not be afraid to ask for advice. Just don't be afraid to ask questions in general. I know with me at the beginning, I was like so hesitant. I didn't want to go and ask people anything. Like, I'm just that type of person to not want to annoy someone. But even if it's not like going up to ask your doctors or whatever, your lecturers, if you ask like your seniors, people ahead of you, the year above you, you can learn so much from them. That's what me and my friends always do. We always ask people who've gone through this experience ahead, like ask about exams or how to do certain things or how to study, Yeah, just don't be afraid to ask. You can learn so much more by asking rather than just like, you know, just trying to like figure stuff out by yourself. And it's gonna help you massively. It's gonna help you so much. So number 9, this is very important. Like this, I remember before going into med school or even just being in there for the first year, I just remember feeling like, oh my God, like everybody's so smart. Like, am I gonna be able to get through this? Like, am I gonna be able to survive? If you get into the habit of working hard, like get into the habit of actually studying properly, like studying to understand, staying on top of things, get into the habit of working hard, you will fly it. Like, it's really, like my dad always says this to me, or he used to say this to me, it's not about being smart, it's about working hard. That goes for everything in life. Like, if you work hard, like even if you're talented at something, if you don't work at it, like you can only get so far, do you know what I mean? So even if someone is smart or whatever, they still have to put in the work. If they don't put in the work, if they're not studying, if they're not putting in their hours, like they can only get so far. So it's really not about being smart, it's just about how much work you're willing to put in to actually get to where you want to be, do you know, or achieve what you want to achieve. Lastly, tip number 10. Tip number 10 is make sure you take the time out just for self-care, just to breathe. Make sure you take the time at least like once a week or however many times you might need to just, you know, just relax it might just be like, you know, doing face masks or hair masks, reading, like not studying, like reading for leisure. Make sure you're mentally taking care of yourself, physically, emotionally, because if you're not mentally and all, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're gonna like struggle to cope with everything that's going on, because it's a hectic routine. Like being in med school, it's hectic. There's a lot to keep up with, and there's a lot to be done, and there's a lot to study, so just make sure that you take the time out to take care of yourself. You can't be studying every day, you're just gonna burn yourself out. So yeah, just make sure you take the time out to just take care of yourself. So yeah guys, those are just a couple of tips that I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you find them useful if you're going into medicine, if you're going into med school this upcoming year after everything settles with corona and all that. Good luck, you got this, you're gonna do it, you're gonna be fine, it's gonna be okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications on all that if you want to. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.